Hello Libra, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And there we have a Six of Swords. Very harmonious, very centered thinking. I like that a lot. This shows you're really getting to the heart of the matter. You're fully understanding what's going on in your life right now. But let's put this into some context. Where is all of this beauty and harmony? And we have so much clarity there right in the middle. And I can see that it's coming from a divine source. A lot of air energy up here. Look at this. These are all air cards, right? Even the star, it's Aquarius. It is an air sign. These are all air cards. And we've got this fire underneath. So this is pretty cool. Wow. Yes, I feel like there has, well, okay, before I get into it, let's just select the mystery card, the bonus card, the confirmation card. This is one card from the Smith-Waite Tarot, and we'll put the little horse on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, all right? And hopefully that will, tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need. Now, let's look at these cards because we have just this major arcana here, just this star, right? This is the divine inspiration. This is the spiritual awakening that I think you probably in the recent past had gone through. I think it's something that's still relatively new. I think you're still kind of coming off the tail end of a very significant spiritual awakening in your life, right? It's giving you a new perspective. It is motivating you. It has realigned your consciousness. I think you're focused on certain goals now. So we have the major arcana. We have some fire. We have some water. We have a whole lot of air. And we've got the really good earth energy. Right? So I really think that, I think this is good news for you. I really do. But let's start at the beginning with this Six of Swords. Very balanced, very beautiful, harmonious thinking. This is a clear understanding of the path that you're on. Yeah. This is the formulation of plans. This is kind of getting everything in your life is down to a science. You know that phrase, well, oh, they've got it down to a science. Libra, I think you do have it down to a science. I think you understand how all the different pieces fit together. And all of those pieces fitting together are right from the center, right from your heart. They are all converging on that heart chakra. They're all converging on the solar plexus, the sun area, right? The very center, very core of you. So I feel like, well, it's pretty much all centered on this Ace of Cups down here. This is your general energy. This is the center of you. This is the source of all of your pleasure, all of your joy and satisfaction. The meaning of life is in this card. This is your most holy quest with that Holy Grail. And from that center, all of your plans are extending. Everything you do now is kind of has that source, has that connection with your origin, with your that meaning, that purpose, yeah, that significance. Everything is a piece. Everything is a part of this overall realization of the meaning of your life, right? The meaning of your life. And I say origin specifically because I think it all originates from this star energy. Now, this star energy is some sort of revelation. It could be something that you've maybe even discovered about your past, about your history, about your family history, about your literal origins. But I think this is also you reconnecting with Source, your spiritual origins, right? And this was a major event for you. And it probably is still ongoing. This isn't just kind of a one and done kind of thing, because this is now influencing the way that you are moving forward with all of the rest of this energy, the way that you are progressing through your life, right? This is that divine wisdom that I think now is coming down to you in this spiritualized form. It's like you're being bathed in this starlight, you know. And it's probably, again, with the Six of Swords, I feel like it's influencing every thought, every moment, every decision, every action, right? Every moment. It's permeating your being. So I feel like you're just kind of walking around with this spiritual experience. And as you're thinking about your next move, as you're thinking about what you're doing, if it's work, if it's more family-oriented, if you're an artist, if you're focused on your career, if you're building a business, if you're just concentrating on friend relations, family relations. There's a lot of air here, right? So there's a lot of communication going on, which I think is, well, it's kind of your forte, right? I think you're a communicator. And this is now our ability to express ourselves, express what we want, where we're going, who we are, in such a new way, such a clear way, where everything now is done from the heart, right, from the center of that card. Because you're discovering that center. Over time, slowly, it's being revealed to you. Again, I don't think it's just a one and done situation. I think it's an unfolding. So we have plans now. We sure do. I think that you have very reasonable plans. I think your plans are such that your entire life, every realm of life for you, your personal life, your professional life, your creative life, your spiritual life, your physical life, everything is headed in the same direction, right? It's this kind of unity in multiplicity. You have many things that you want to do. You have many people that you talk to, that you associate with, that you interact with. Many areas of your life that you have aspirations in. Everything, though, is unified. Everything is from the source. Everything has connected with you internally, spiritually. It's all coming from the heart. And that's the real jackpot. Finding this holy grail, this is the real prize. Right? This is the real blessing. But we have a lot of other energy to talk about. We could talk about this air energy all day. This is a lot of air energy. Right? The particular situation that you're in now does call for this clarity and honesty. So the first thing that we have is the Queen of Swords crossing this very balanced and centered and focused Six of Swords that we see now. We've got the Queen of Swords. It could be that there's maybe another air person somewhere that you have to deal with, and this is specific for them. But I think that this is the action. This is the card that takes the star energy plus the Six of Swords and brings it into action, brings it into the world of your actual interactions with people, because this is water and air, right? And Aquarius, yes, Aquarius is that kind of, that mysterious card. This is the star card, but it's Aquarius. It's an air sign technically, but it also has these undertones of water, right? I mean, it looks like water. It kind of has a very watery vibe to it. The name itself, Aquarius, suggests water. So there's an intimate connection here with spirit, with those spiritual waters, right? So we have kind of a watery card, water air card, and we have definitely some air here with the Six of Swords. So with the Queen of Swords, it's water and air, right? The queens are the watery aspect of the element of the suit that they're in. So I feel like there is a situation now that requires some delicacy, some delicateness, maybe is the right word, that requires some subtlety, some tact, some understanding, and some compassion. Okay. So I don't know if there is a particular relationship that's kind of slow moving, but I see that there is some resistance to your plans, right? There's this Princess of Swords, and this could be not a one particular person. This could be generally saying that your efforts to move forward with your plans do meet with a little bit of resistance. And I think that's normal. That's just the friction of the atmosphere, right? I mean, the largest rocket going through, the atmosphere to outer space meets with a lot of resistance. That's why it has to have a lot of force behind it, right? In order to get things off the ground, get things, out of the Earth's atmosphere into orbit, it takes a lot of power. I think that's why we have a 4 of wands down here. This is the fire energy that's kind of heating up. This is kind of the rocket booster, right? And this is taking us through the atmosphere. You are meeting with some resistance, though, and it could be one particular person, but I think it's just generally speaking that your attempts to move forward and get here, right? This is the the physical manifestation. These are the blessings here really becoming the jackpots, the pot of gold right here. To get to the success we're after, we need to use more than just our intellect, even as balanced and as centered and as harmonious as it is. We still have to use this kind of water element, this compassion, this understanding, because whatever this Princess of Swords is representing, it could be opposition or a little bit of resistance from your family, your friend, a particular person, the company that you're with, or the general atmosphere of the work that you're doing. There's a little bit of friction there. There's a little bit of resistance, right? So we can't just come blowing into town like a strong wind or like a hurricane even. We have to be a little subtle. We have to be gentle, right? And that's kind of what we're seeing here, that we have to use a part of our Libra energy that we're maybe not always used to doing, right? We have to incorporate a little bit of this gentleness, a little bit of this calmness, this understanding. We have to kind of work from the heart, which again is something that we're learning to do because of this experience that we've had and that we are having. Now everything that we do is from the heart, right? We have to make sure that motif, that theme, extends to our, maybe they should go this way, extends to our interactions, our relationships that might be a little bit resistant to our ideas, our plans, our push. Yeah. So there's there's this gentleness, right? A gentle breeze can find the cracks in the door just as easily as the strong gust, right? Maybe even easier. The gentle wind finds those cracks, finds those ways to get in and keep flowing. Where the strong wind is just kind of banging against the shutters and it's not really, it's not really accomplishing much, but it's making a lot of noise, right? So I feel like again, we've got the 4 of Wands. This is underneath everything. This is the subtle realignment of your consciousness, right? This is now taking our creative plans and understanding how to manifest them into a stable reality, I think what we're seeing here on the path of the serpent, which we'll get to. The 4 of Wands is a very creative card. This is kind of talking about creative ways to to get your point across, right? To get what you want, pretty much. Creative ways to finesse the situation. Yeah. Because our consciousness is being realigned. Yeah. We are, our physical consciousness, our mental, emotional, our spiritual consciousness, I think is in a straight alignment now. It's kind of like what I'm seeing here with this Five of Wands. The Five of Wands seems like change, seems like chaos. It seems like we're going from this stable 4 into unstable 5, right? This is, we're kind of changing things. But I feel like this is part of the realignment. We're realigning things into an equal expression, right? Everything is kind of revolving around this center, which again is the same center that we see in the Six of Swords, which is again this Ace of Cups. But here we see something different. Here we see everything aligned in this vertical way, and we're using that to push forward. So there is this sense of stabilizing and realigning our goals and the different aspects of ourselves, our personality, our alignment with spirit, our focus on acting from the center of everything being united around a common center, and then using that to push forward into the world. Because there's this misconception that, you know, once you become an enlightened being, suddenly the world is easy. Right? Suddenly there's no more struggle and you don't have to strive for things. No, the most enlightened people still know they have to go to work and kind of fight for what they want. They still have to stand up for themselves. They still have resistance. It's not suddenly that like in that one movie, Bruce Almighty, right, where the traffic, all the cars just go to the side and you can just drive straight. That's not how it works, right? It's fun in a movie, but I don't think that's how it works. There's still going to be traffic, right? We're still going to have to find tactful and subtle and respectful, compassionate ways. And I think that's the idea here, is that we're growing this new sense of love and compassion. We've got the water energy here. That is, it is our core and our source. We've had this awakening, this enlightenment, and we're using it to really kind of revamp how we're interacting with everybody, how we are experiencing the world and interacting with the world generally. We still have to push. There's still going to be traffic. There's still going to be struggle. There will still be competition, you know. And I think that's a lot of what we see here with this air energy. There is going to be resistance with the princess. There's going to be opposition with the Knight of Swords. This is something coming into your life that's unexpected. This is some difficulty swooping in, right? What would usually kind of catch us off guard, maybe we would stumble and falter, but we've got all of this good air energy now that's being backed, of course, by that star. So when this unexpected energy, conflict, difficulty, challenge, when this unexpected thing swoops in, I feel like the Queen of Swords is already aware it's coming. Already waiting for it, essentially, right? So I think we're molding our consciousness a little bit. I think that we're beginning to perceive the world from this very centered, balanced, harmonious place. This is the kind of Zen-like consciousness that it's kind of a martial arts attitude, right? Where it's very calm, very collected, right? Very kind of Zen-like, but nothing is unexpected, right? It's like that stereotype you see of the Kung Fu master, where just kind of meditating, people are attacking from all sides and they're just blocking and flipping and rolling and just, it's effortless. It's like a dance, right? I feel like that's kind of what we're doing here, but in a more, kind of modern lifestyle, with work and traffic and family and friends and, these kinds of things in our everyday world, right? But I really do like the 4 of Wands because this is the manifestation of our creative will. So you do have these plans and these ambitions, right? And we see with the Five of Wands at the end that you're not yielding these. It's almost as if you found this centeredness within you, and that's making you even more confident, more assertive, more able to accomplish your goals, right? It gives you this kind of power. But let's move to the path of the serpent now, because we're already at 20 minutes here for this video. We talked a little bit about the Ace of Cups. This is the source of it all for you. This is kind of what the star card here, what this energy is providing you, what spirit and source is bestowing upon you. These are the real blessings coming in, and they're flowing down over you in the star energy, right? Let's talk about this for a second. Those, the blessings, the divine energy is flowing down into you, right, from above, you know, in theory. And it is your will now to express that, to then give that out, to find a way to let it flow through you, right? So that's why now what we're doing is coming from that source, that core, that heart of things. Everything is meant to be an expression of your spiritual energy, of your divine consciousness. Okay? So we're working from this Ace of Cups. We're trying to be a source of love and joy and beauty and kindness in the world. Right? Trying to find the perfect way for us to express this water energy, this love, kindness, this bliss, this compassion, right? This empathy. And I feel like that's starting to permeate all of your interactions, even in interactions that are difficult, that are unexpected, that are challenging, right? Even when you meet with this resistance, this friction, you still are doing it from a place of real centeredness, real compassion. And I really think it's time for you to reap the rewards of this. This is the Ten of Pentacles in the position of your environment. This is your relationship with the environment and what needs to be done between you and the environment right now. It's time for you to manifest your goals. It's time for you to build your best life. This is the picture of your best life. It's time for you to get this, right? You've had this kind of spiritual awakening. I don't know what else to call it. And now I think more than ever, you're ready to do this. You're ready to build this life that you want. You're doing it from a place of love and compassion. You're not trying to tear other people down. You're going to stand up for yourself. You're not going to let anything interfere with you attaining your best life. And you may already be well on your way to achieving this. And this card here is saying, look, it's time for you to enjoy. It's time for you to experience the world from this place of love and joy and beauty and pleasure and harmony and kindness and compassion. Let's enjoy what we're building with this new spiritual kind of outlook, this realigned consciousness. And yes, there still will be difficulties, there still will be friction and challenges, but we can enjoy what we're building. We can enjoy the process of building our best life. And how do we build it but through struggle and challenges and friction and competition and striving? That's how we build this. Now, the Ace of Pentacles is in the position of what we don't want. This is a card that kind of says we don't want to start over. We don't want to have to go back to the beginning, right? So often there are people who experience a kind of spiritual awakening. It's kind of enlightenment or some spiritual insight. They get one of these, you know, kind of religious experiences. And they feel like they have to completely overhaul their life, that they have to go and start from the very beginning doing something completely different. I kind of look at things a different way. I feel like enlightenment comes in the middle of your most mundane things, whatever work you're doing now, the enlightenment can happen in that context, right? We have to be who we are. We have to be where we are. Whatever situation we find ourselves in, that is the situation in which we can become enlightened, right? So it doesn't mean you have to quit your job and do something more mystical or magical, you know. Wherever you are now, whatever you're doing, that enlightenment can happen, is happening, I believe. And is hopefully giving you the idea that you have this new perspective on the work that you're doing, on the life that you're currently building. This isn't saying you have to move and change jobs and change how you dress or grow your hair long. Not that there's anything wrong with long hair. But that wherever you are right now, you bring that enlightenment here into this situation. Right? We don't have to start over. Our perspective can change. We can shift our goals. We can realign our consciousness. But there's no requisite of starting over, of scrapping what you've done, and now you've got to go be the enlightened person somewhere where enlightened people go. I don't know. To become enlightened in the midst of this busy, normal life, that is the real accomplishment. That's the real blessing here, you know. I hope I'm expressing that properly. Because it's something I feel strongly about, that I don't agree with that idea that magic and mysticism and spiritual stuff and enlightenment and all these things have to be done in a certain context or a certain environment. You know, there are some environments that are more conducive to, you know, for me, especially for spiritual awakening and for any kind of insight and stuff, I do very well near large bodies of water, in natural settings, which I think most of us do, right? It's hard to concentrate, it's hard to commune with Source in the middle of a busy, you know, like San Francisco streets, you know, where there are just thousands of people and thousands of cars everywhere, and your attention needs to be on what you're doing, otherwise you're going to probably, you know, fall into a sewer system or I don't know what. But our enlightenment, our awakening can, should, will, I think is happening right in the middle of your life. Right? We don't have to scrap our life and go be a spiritual person somewhere else. We're doing it right here, right now. And yes, there still will be competition. You still have to stand up for yourself. The traffic is not all going to get out of your way. You may experience some moments where it seems like you hit all green lights. But I guarantee you, if you drive long enough, you'll hit another red light. I guarantee it. Or at least a stop sign, something. But there will be a more easy flow to things. That doesn't mean that the challenges, it doesn't mean that the world is any different. It just means that you're different. That you've realigned your consciousness and your perspective and all of this stuff. So that those traffic signals, those obstacles, those kind of unexpected assaults and these, the friction and the resistance, they don't really seem as serious or as significant as they did. They haven't changed, but you have realigned. Yeah. I think this is a real jackpot for you. I think that this is how we're going to enjoy the life that we're building. And to get this 10 of Pentacles in your environment, this is showing that, look, the environment that you're in right now, I feel like if we can realign with this energy, I think you'll find it's the perfect environment for you to manifest your greatest life. This is the jackpot, right? And I think it's possible right now, right here, this very moment. Let's look at the mystery card. Thank you, Mr. Ed, for bringing the mystery card. I think we've named the horse Mr. Ed. I kind of like that. I used to love that show. I remember when it first aired. So, mystery card. I'd kind of like to continue the theme of the earth energy, of the manifesting. But maybe we need some more air. No. Maybe some more fire. No. I'm going to say I want some earth or some major arcana, because we only have this. But this major arcana, this is the source. This is that spiritual light. We don't need much more than this, right? I'm thinking earth energy here. Yeah. Oh yeah. Another 10 of Pentacles. This is jackpot. If we were looking at this card as, well, hey, now you have the potential to really connect with what you're doing and build this life that you love, that comes from source, that is the meaning and purpose of your life. You can do that now. And then we have another 10 of, and this is kind of showing, look, you're doing it. So maybe this is a future prediction that says, look, you're aware that the potential is here, and now you're actualizing this potential. This is you in your best life. You're part of that picture now, right? I wonder how many of us, because on this channel a lot I say, let's draw a picture of our best life, right? How many of you draw yourself in that picture? I know I didn't. The first time I tried that exercise, I forgot to put myself in there, because I was the one looking. I'm here. I'm a third party perspective, looking at my best life from a third person kind of vantage point. Sometimes when I dream, I don't dream in first person. I dream in third person. I see myself doing things in the dream, right? And that's, I think, what we need to do here. We need to put ourselves in that picture. And we need to include ourselves in this. And this is, I think, the manifestation of your best life. This is the real win here. This is the big jackpot. I think you're tremendously blessed right now to have this growing new perspective and this realignment right now. I think is perfect timing. Perfect timing. So I'm very excited. We are going to do an extended. If you would like to stick around, just click on the link in the corner. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings for every sign, so you can cross-watch, check your other placements. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. And thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.